guys, welcome back to my channel and another swatch and review. Today I have swatches for you of the China Glaze Holiday 2022 Drippin' in Glitz collection, which if you couldn't tell by the name, this is a 6-piece full glitter collection. I feel like glitter is to winter what neons are to summer, in that it's never a surprise to see these collections coming out around these times, and they're always appropriate, but they're just a little bit overdone. I don't tend to purchase full glitter collections. There was something about this one that just kind of was calling to me, and so I did end up picking it up. I went over to Polish Pick and I got all 6 polishes for $22.50 plus shipping. As always, it shipped fairly quickly. I will link them down below, as well as if this is on Beyond Polish as of now, I will link that down below too, because I do have a discount code with Beyond Polish where you can save 10%, and that is mediocre. Now, right off the bat, I do want to say this collection was a little bit of a roller coaster for me. Initially, I was like, okay, whatever, it's glitter. You know, I wasn't even gonna buy it because, like I said, full glitter nails aren't typically my jam. But then I was like, oh, I want to be more festive. I want to be more like fun Christmas girl. And so I was like, what the heck? I'll buy it. It's really cheap. China Glaze, there's a lot of stockists that can really sell them for under MSRP, which is nice. And then when I realized that all of them are slightly different glitters, I was like, oh, heck yeah, that's cool. That's the China Glaze that I know and love. I love when they do like just a little bit of a spin on an old stale take. So that was fun for me. And then I started applying them, and some of the formulas I was just like, okay, they're fine. But it didn't dampen the whole collection. So as you can see, roller coaster, right? But we will definitely get more into that at the end. So for now, I'm just going to show you the live swatches as well as my full hand swatches. And I just want to say right now, the live swatches are going to be 2 coats of bottle brush application. So just normal application. But the swatch photos that you're going to see, they're a little messy because glitter application is not my forte. But I ended up sponging them on for the full hand swatch photos so that you guys could see a couple different ways of application and how they are a little bit more sparse or a little bit more opaque depending on how you apply these. So I just wanted to let you guys know that the full hand swatches, that is not bottle brush application. Just know that going in. So with all that said, let's get into the swatches and then we will talk about my thoughts at the end. First, we have the red, which is called I Speak Glitter. As you can see, it contains both red glitters and some hollow glitters reflecting back. And you can see the base is kind of tinted a little bit red. Something I've noticed with China Glaze glitters and glitters in general is that they can over time stain or tint or dye the base. And here we have 2 coats brushed on. Obviously not the best for full coverage. This here is sponged on and it is very full coverage. So you can see a big difference. Next is the rose gold called If It Sparkles, It's Mine. I love this name. And this one has some kind of foily rose gold flakes in there, as well as those really small hex glitters. And this base I don't think is as stained. I don't think that rose gold type or gold glitters stain as much as some of the darker colored glitters. And again, in 2 coats, a little bit patchy when brushed on, but sponged on, way more full coverage. Third, we have Get Your Glitter On, and as you can see, there are stars in this bottle. There are stars in this gosh darn bottle, and I cannot get them on my nail no matter what I do. This glitter is interesting though because it contains both blue and green, and I feel like I just saw a star in there that I didn't see when I was painting this initially, but maybe not. And this does contain bar glitters as well, and those bar glitters are hollow. Here it is sponged on. It kind of looks like the earth, doesn't it? Like any blue-green polish, I'm like, it's the earth. Then we have Queen of Bling, and this is the gold. It has a similar formula to the red, where it's all just these smaller glitters. This one seems to be all gold though. I don't read any hollow in this one. And this one again is very patchy on the brush application. They all are. I don't know why I keep saying that, but here it is on the sponge application, and I think it's pretty opaque, except for on my middle finger. Then we have She's Icy. This is a similar formula to the rose gold with those big kind of flaky chunks. This one is quite textured, so I do recommend a glitter grabber type top coat. Colores de Carol has one as well. I have that now. I didn't at the time of filming this, and I do use the Glisten and Glow glitter grabber. Both work pretty well, and here it is sponged on. You can see this one is way, way more textured, probably the most textured. And then we have Glitter is the New Black. This is another, I like all the names in this collection, but as you can see, those bar glitters running through this are super hollow. It also has some black flakes in there that are more matte. This is the least sparkly of all the glitters, but I really like the bar glitters. They do give it an extra oomph. It is a little bit weird on the nail. I feel like this one would be better as a topper than as a fully opaque manicure because it does kind of look like a roof shingle when you sponge it on. So, what did you guys think of this collection? Like I said, I had my ups and my downs, but considering the last few China Glaze collections and my personal feelings on them, this wasn't really surprising to me. However, I do feel like my complaints about this particular collection are more based on objective issues than the last few collections, which I feel my complaints were a little bit petty and very subjective to just my personal feelings. This is more like a technical problem for some of these. So let's just start with the positives of this collection. Like the first big thing that I really liked about this was, even though it is a 6-piece glitter collection, there is some variety in the glitter. So the red and the gold, they're a finely milled kind of like micro glitter, as well as some super tiny hex glitters, and those two have the same type of glitter in them. The black and the blue are the finely milled kind of tiny hollow glitters and the super, super tiny hex glitters. And then they both have hollow bar glitters running through them. That's cool. And then the silver and the rose gold, again, have those really, really tiny glitters in them, but they also have some bigger foiled kind of shreds in them. And so these are very different from the other 4 in the collection. And even the ones that have like the same kind of glitter finish, I feel like there was still some difference in them. Like the red has some silver micro glitters running through it, whereas the gold I think is just explicitly gold. And then when it comes to the blue and the blue one, in theory, has stars running through it, whereas the black does not. And again, you know, this one is all silver, but this one is rose gold and silver. So we still have some variety even within the like similar finishes within this glitter collection. So I like that China Glaze did that. I really think that China Glaze is good about differentiating their polishes in that way within a single collection. They definitely dupe themselves across collections, but within the one collection, I feel like they did a good job here. This is kind of one of the reasons why I always say that even though China Glaze doesn't always hit every mark on the grading rubric, I think that they are one of the best nail polish innovators when it comes to mainstream brands. Most brands who would release a 6-piece glitter collection would just do the same exact glitter texture across all 6 bottles and then just change the color variation. And so they would look all pretty much the exact same. But I feel like China Glaze gave us a lot of textural difference in this small collection. And I feel like right now, oh my God, I'm writing like a nail polish dissertation. Like somebody chill out, rein me in, okay? Now the other thing that I found to be a positive on this collection, and this may not be everybody's perception, but for me personally, I feel this way, is that these colors don't read explicitly Christmas, because a lot of times we hear holiday collection and it's around December, and what they mean by holiday is Christmas collection, but there's a bajillion other holidays that are happening in December besides Christmas. And so if you're gonna make a Christmas collection, call it a Christmas collection, don't call it a holiday collection. But if you're gonna make a holiday collection, don't make it explicitly Christmas, because we've got Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and New Year's and things like that, you know? So I feel like we do have some traditional Christmas colors. These are all colors we see around Christmas time, but I feel like, you know, like this is the most Christmas to me. These could read as New Year's. This is more teal than like the traditional Hanukkah blue, but we could even kind of spin that for Hanukkah. And then if you really wanted this one, it's like I said, it's teal. It's got a little bit of green. It's got a little bit of blue, but you might even be able to spin this for a Kwanzaa look if you really, really stretched. And it's not that I have anything against Christmas collections. I buy them. I just like to see other stuff represented too. I think it's fun. The other thing I liked about this collection was the super cheesy names. I went in on the names on the Vain Villains collection, and I know not everybody agreed with me on that, and I totally get why. Like, my perception was just a little bit different than I think the average person's. But the names on these are just like really cute, really incorporating of the theme. Like, She's Icy for the silver is probably the most like far out of the realm of these. But we've got, you know, Get Your Glitter On, If It Sparkles, It's Mine, Queen of Bling, Glitter is the New Black, I Speak Glitter. These are all like really on theme for the polishes, you know? Okay, so I said all my nice things, and now it's time to say the not so nice things. I think it was very obvious from my swatches that these are only going to function well one of two ways, and that is as a single coat, as a topper over a different base, or sponged on using a latex-free sponge. I think that painting on two coats and expecting full opacity, it's just not realistic. Not just for these specific glitters, but for most glitters of this capacity. It's just glitter base. I think it seems like it's a little bit thicker than your average nail polish base. And so putting more than two coats is just gonna make it lumpy and bumpy and like gooey and just not what you want. So the fewer coats you can use of a glitter, for me personally, it's better. But with glitters like these, you often need more coats in order to achieve that opacity. So that's why I really recommend, if you want that blinged out nail look, sponge these on. Because if you try to do 3+ coats of these to get that full opacity, not even Glitter Grabber is going to save you. I promise you that. The one exception I would say is, I think the red and the gold, because they're both very fine glitters, they don't have a lot of chunky stuff going through it, which sounds really gross when you're talking about nail polish. But because these are finer, I think that you could get away with 3 coats and just be really cautious with it. But the other ones, definitely not. They have bigger glitter pieces running through them, and it's just gonna add so much like thickness to your nail, and you're gonna hate it. Another thing I will say about not only these glitters, but just glitters in general, is if you really hate that textured feeling or that textured look, I highly recommend investing into a Glitter Grabber top coat. Now, I know there's a few on the market, but I will say that I really recommend the Glisten and Glow one. And not sponsored, but I really do love their nail care or add-on products. I love their top coat and I love their Glitter Grabber, and I use those in conjunction over these, and I don't feel any kind of grittiness, any kind of texture. I think that they are really good, and I just have genuine love for that product. So if you have really loved glitters, the way they look, but you really don't like the way they feel, and you know, sometimes they snag if they're not all like sealed in, definitely check out Glitter Grabber. Now, the only like true, absolute unfixable negative for me of this collection really sucks, because it was the one polish that I was looking forward to the most, and that is the blue polish. This one is I Speak Glitter. When I saw some of the sneak peeks, I saw little star glitters peeking through the bottle, and I can see a couple peeking through the blue glitter right now, and I was like, that's it. I love star glitters. I don't know what it is. I'm a sucker for star glitters. Every time I buy them, I know how they go on, and yet I still buy them. But I gotta say, like, even though I can see them in the bottle, there's gotta be like 4. There's gotta be only 4 in here, and they're the ones that I can see on the wall of the bottle, because not a single star glitter comes out no matter how hard I try. I timed it. I held the bottle upside down, or well, I propped it up. I didn't stand there and just like hold the bottle, but I propped the bottle up upside down for 10 minutes, hoping that some of those star glitters would sink to the top and then I could easily scoop them out. I still didn't see any. Like, I don't know. I don't know why they put so few at all. Like, just don't even bother at that point. And it's so frustrating, because this color is so pretty. This is not like one that I see often in a holiday collection, so it was nice to have a little departure from the typical. And the way they got this color to look this way is, if you look like super close, like put it like this close to your eyeball and you look, it has little blue glitters and little green glitters, and all of them mixed together, all of them playing together, you know, they read teal when you paint it on. And then I like bar glitters. I know some people think they're creepy and look like hair. I like a bar glitter. And so I really, really wanted to love this polish, but because the stars won't come out of the dang bottle, I bet I can find one now. Like, now that I'm complaining super hard. No, no stars. What the heck? I'm so annoyed. So yeah, that was really my biggest disappointment. With the whole sponging on thing, that didn't really upset me one way or the other. I know that's just how glitters can be. My swatch photos were a little bit hectic because it's been a while since I sponged on glitter and I got a little bit glitter happy. Trust me, it can be done far more efficiently than what you saw in my video. But hey, I'm mediocre Manny's. I didn't say I was extremely talented Manny's, so you knew what you were getting in for when you hit that subscribe button, okay? So as far as my favorite goes, I wanted it to be the blue, but it definitely let me down. I'm not mad, China Glaze. I am just disappointed. Who am I kidding? No, I'm mad. My dad used to say that to me all the time when I was a kid, and that always frustrated me because I'm like, disappointed is just fancy mad, okay? Like, don't even lie to me, Dad. So I guess as far as my favorites go, I would have to say the silver. I can see why though. Like, I think the silver and the rose gold, a lot of people might not like because they are the most textured out of all of them, but I love that they look like somebody just ripped up a ton of tinfoil and wadded it up and they threw it at a bunch of top coat on their nail and they were like, that's it, that's what we're going for. This is the Reynolds Wrap nail polish. I love it. I also really like the black because I like the inclusion of the hollow bar glitters. There's something about this that just reminds me of like a flapper's dress, you know, when they had all like the super beaded and like all the little tassel frill or fringe, I guess it's called, down at the end. It just really gave me like flapper girl vibes, so I liked the black as well. But yeah, that is my full review on the China Glaze Drippin' in Glitz collection. I don't think that these polishes are bad. In fact, I like them, except for the blue one. But you do need to know going into it that these are in a glitter base, which means that they are going to go on a little bit thicker. And so you can't expect full coverage without doing some finagling, some sponging, and things like that. Because I have worked with formulas like this before, it wasn't too unexpected for me, but if you're not used to something like this, there might be a little bit of a learning curve. So I hope that my review kind of helped you to figure out if these are going to be right for you. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts and if you're going to pick up anything or what you thought of the blue. If you got the blue, could you find a star? Let me know because I'm going to be stressed about this for a while. But yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.